Welcome back, SethBling here, and today I've got another Mario Maker level to show you. This is my third one-screen puzzle. Of course, like all my on-screen puzzles, it's a puzzle. You can see the gold tape on the far right side of the screen, and your goal is to get there. This one makes heavy use of Thwomps, and Thwomps have some kind of interesting behavior when they're on tracks. And so, here's some of that stuff. You can kind of do some interesting stuff with them, and so you got some Thwomps to deal with. Of course, if you want to get to the end, you're going to have to get past those munchers and over those spikes on the right side of the screen. Yeah, so if you want to try this on your own without spoilers, now is the time, because I am about to reveal the correct route through the level. Alright, if you're still here, that means you're ready for spoilers. Either you've tried the level and, you know, just want to see the solution, or you don't have Mario Maker, so here is the spoilers. To start off with, you need to break through to the right half of the level without triggering the other two Thwomps. So I'm going to do it like this, and just wait for them to go off to the right side of the screen, then come back. Now I'm going to open up the P-switch, and again, I'm going to not trigger the third Thwomp. Now, at this point, I want to go grab the P-switch, because I need that the beetle that's up on the top left side of the screen. But I don't want to trigger the POW yet. I will need to trigger the POW eventually in order to kill those munchers on the bottom right. But if I trigger the POW right now with that Thwomp, then it'll kill the beetle. So I'll need to use this P-switch to get the beetle out. But imagine I use the P-switch right now, the beetle will just fall on the ground and I'll have the same problem. If I try and go to the left side of the screen, the POW switch is going to kill it. So, in order to deal with that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the P-switch on the ground here, and then trigger the P-switch right before I trigger the POW. And by doing that, the beetle is in mid-air when the POW switch gets triggered. So now I can just bring the beetle right off to the end of the level, and use it as sort of like a stepping stone to get through the spikes here. This is actually a very simple route. I think this is probably my easiest one-screen puzzle out of the 4 that I've made so far. I've only presented 3 on camera, of course. A lot of people had different solutions for how to deal with the P-switch, and I'll show you another way that people kind of figured out. I think the way that I just did it and showed you how to do it is probably the easiest. It requires almost no actual timing or skill, but some other things. I'm not actually sure I'll be able to do this on the first try, but I'll give it a shot. You can time this as oh, it didn't quite work. If you time it right, you can throw the P-switch up so that this guy triggers the P-switch, and that actually stops his descent, and then you can run to the left and trigger this other Thwomp in order to trigger the POW. I didn't do it right, and I'm not exactly sure what I did wrong. That's not the route that I kind of intended to take through the level. And then there's other things people have done is toss the P-switch right here, kind of above the POW, which prevents the Thwomp from falling on it. Because if the Thwomp falls on the P-switch, then it'll stop his fall, and he'll just go right back up. So you have time to go grab the beetle and hold it in your hand while I'll give it a shot again. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Maybe like that. That might work actually. So let me try and trigger the Thwomp now. So it did work. And so now I can go grab the beetle. Anyway, I can go grab the beetle, hold him in my hands while I trigger the POW again, and it's not going to trigger it. So it's kind of interesting. There's different ways to approach this level. Overall, though, not a very difficult level in my opinion, but still a pretty fun one, and makes interesting use of Thwomps on a track, which definitely has some interesting properties. Another one that I'll show you is let me trigger the Thwomps over on top of this cloud. They can kind of kill each other. You notice the first one killed the second one because basically the first Thwomp was stationary in this area, and when the second Thwomp was intersecting him and tried to fall, it just died because it didn't know what to do. So there's definitely some interesting behavior there. So anyway, the course ID is on screen. Of course, I've already spoiled it for you, but if you want to check it out for yourself, you can do that. That's about it. Thanks for watching.